Swami was very much afraid in the office room. He was sleeping alone there. As a result, many horrible things came to his mind that he had heard earlier, and that made him more afraid. So, what he did? He shut his eyes tight and encased himself in his blanket once again, and unknown to himself fell asleep, and in sleep was racked with nightmares. So out of fear he could not sleep. But what he did, he was closing his eyes tightly, and he enclosed himself in his blanket once again, and he did not know when he went to sleep. But in sleep also he was not able to sleep comfortably. In sleep also he dreamed about some horrible things. So he had a disturbing sleep also. What had he seen? A tiger was chasing him. So in the sleep, in his dream, he found that he had been chased by a tiger. His feet stuck to the ground. He desperately tried to escape, but his feet would not move. The tiger was at his back, and he could hear its claws scratch the ground, scratch, scratch, and then a light thud. Thud means the sound of falling. So, what had he seen in his sleep? That a tiger was chasing him, a tiger was following him, and his feet stuck to the ground. Means in one place, his feet stuck means he could not move further. He was trying hopelessly to get away from the tiger, but he could not move his feet from the place. And tiger was just behind him means the tiger was about to kill him and to eat him. He could hear the sound of scratching of the claws of the tiger in his sleep, and then he had heard a falling sound. Swami tried to open his eyes, but his eyelids would not open and the nightmare continued. Swami tried to open his eyes so that the horrible dream, frightening dream would stop, but he could not. As a result, the same frightening dream or the horrible dream continued to see. It threatened to continue forever. Swami groaned in despair. So he was very much afraid because he wanted to forget. He did not want to see any other horrible dream, but it continued. So, in hopelessness, he cried out. With a desperate effort, he opened his eyes. He put his hand out to feel his granny's presence at his side as was his habit, but he only touched the wooden leg of the bench. So he was very much nervous. He opened his eyes, and then, as at that time, he was feeling as if he was beside his granny or grandmother. So he was trying to search his grandmother, but his hand only touched to the leg of the bench, and his lonely state came back to him, and he realized that he was alone in the office room. He became afraid, he became nervous after the nightmare. Even he became more nervous when he found that he was sleeping alone in the room. He sweated with fright and with fear. Perspiration started to perspirate. And now what was this rustling? And then also when he opened his eyes after the nightmares, he heard some low noise. He moved to the edge of the bench and stared into the darkness. So he was afraid very much. So what he did, he at the edge of the bench, he moved towards that, and he wanted to find out, or he looked at the darkness in order to find out the source of the sound. Something was moving down, and in the darkness he found that as if some object was moving there. He lay gazing at it in horror. So, as he had experienced, or he had remembered about many horrible things, so here also he found that in the darkness something was moving, and this added to his fear more. His end had come, and he realized that probably the devil had come and the devil would take him away. Means it was the end of his life. He was going to die. He realized that the devil would presently pull him out and tear him, so why should he wait? So he understood that devil would come and the devil would tear him. So why to wait for the devil? So he realized that when he was going to die, it would be better to try to protect himself. So as it came nearer, he crawled out from under the bench, hugged it with all his might, and used his teeth on it like a mortal weapon. Mortal means deadly weapon. So what he did, in order to protect himself, he hugged the moving things with all his strength, and then he beat the leg of the moving thing. Ayyo, something has bitten me, went forth an agonized, thundering cry, followed by a heavy tumbling and falling amidst furniture. A sound was heard. The voice of a person was heard, and the person was crying loudly in pain by saying that something had bitten him. So then he was trying to escape as furniture was there, so he rolled and fell there. In a moment, father, cook, and a servant came in carrying light. So next moment, the family members came there, the servant, the cook, all came there carrying light, and all three of them fell on the burglar, who lay amidst the furniture with a bleeding ankle. As the person, the burglar, the thief, who entered into the room in order to steal, the person was lying there, and blood was coming from his ankle, and all three of them caught the burglar. So meant it was because of Swami, the burglar who or the thief who entered into the house of Swami was caught, and as a result, Swami was considered a hero by everyone. Congratulations were showered on Swami next day, so everyone started praising to Swami about his bravery. That Swami had done a good thing, a brave thing, by helping to catch a thief. His classmate looked at him with respect and his teacher patted his back. So his classmate started showing respect to him because Swami had done a work of bravery, a heroic work was done by him. Even the teacher also praised him by hitting lightly on his back. The headmaster said that he was a true scout, so headmaster also said that he was really a brave person. Swami had beaten into the flesh of one of the most notorious housebreakers of the district, and the police were grateful to him for it. And the person whom did Swami help to catch was a thief. The police was behind the person, but the police could not catch him. It was because of Swami that they were able to catch the thief, and so they became thankful to Swami for helping them to catch the person. The inspector said, "Why don't you join the police when you are grown up?" The inspector also gave him a proposal to join the police when Swami would grow up. As the offer was given by the inspector, so Swami with politeness answered affirmatively by saying yes, though from heart he did not want to do so. He wanted to be an engine driver, a railway guard, or a bus conductor when he would grow up. When he returned home from the club that night, father asked, "Where is the boy?" "He is asleep." So, after that night, means the night the incident happened, the next night, father came from the club and asked about where Swami was. And mother answered that he had fallen asleep. "He did not have a wink of sleep the whole of last night," said his mother. "Where is he sleeping?" Now, mother said that as he could not sleep last night because of the incident, that's why he had fallen asleep. Now, father asked where Swami was sleeping. Mother's answer, "In his usual place." Mother said casually, "He went to bed at 7:30, sleeping beside his granny again." Father said, "No wonder he wanted to sleep before I could return home. Clever boy." So, mother said that he was sleeping with his grandmother, where he used to sleep every day. And the father said that it was a trick of Swami, because Swami was a clever boy. That's why he knew very well that when father would come, he would make him to sleep in the office room again. So before that, he fell asleep. Mother lost her temper. "You let him sleep where he likes. You need not risk his life again." So this time mother protested and said that don't you tell him to sleep alone again. His life might be at risk because previous night a burglar entered into the room. Father mumbled as he went into change. All right, mollycoddle, and spoil him as much as you like. Only don't blame me afterwards. So father got annoyed and said that okay, you tried to protect him, could do it, and if you did not allow him to be self-dependent, one day he would get spoiled, and that time he would not take the blame. Swami, following the whole conversation from under the blanket, felt tremendously relieved to hear that his father was giving him up. But actually, Swami was not sleeping. He was pretending to sleep in order to avoid the order of his father that Swami had to sleep alone. So he was pretending to sleep, but he heard everything. And the moment he heard that father giving up, that father did not want that Swami should sleep alone because of the protest from the mother, Swami was extremely happy. So, student, what have you come to know here? That the boy, Swami, actually not so courageous one, though he became hero. The thief that entered into the room, it was not the intention of Swami to catch the thief, rather he wanted to save himself from the thief. So, in his self protection, he had beaten the thief and the thief was caught. So, undeserved praise came to him. He was praised by everyone, but no one knew the reality that Swami was not really a hero because he was very much afraid inside the office room. So, next night, as he was very much afraid, very much nervous, and did not want to sleep alone, again he went to sleep in his usual place, that is, beside his grandmother. And this time, father wanted that Swami should be self dependent, Swami should sleep alone, but Swami's mother protested, and as a result, Swami was sleeping in his usual place.